Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
It is February.
Oh my goodness. How did it get to be February?
Thursday, February 1st. It's bright and sunny. It's kind of windy, but
it is.
warm.
I was just telling Kelly that I need some sunglasses, perhaps. So if I'm a little squinty, it's because we're looking out these windows with super
I'm
bright.
totally enjoying my eyes. Really.
So this is a knitting and yarn and fiber podcast.
Coming to you from our store in Shelburne, Vermont in the United States,
Yep.
for those of you who might be watching from overseas.
Yep. And you can find the store out on all forms of social media as Must Love Yarn. Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, World Wide Web, Twitter, you name it.
All kinds of places.
Yeah.
Mostly is Must Love Yarn. That's
I still
probably us.
I still can't believe that we got that name.
I know.
It's amazing.
It was available.
It was fortuitous. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins. And a lot of you guys are finding us because I've had a lot of new friends and followers lately.
Tons of new followers on Instagram.
It's so fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully my feed's been a little quiet this week. I've been kind of busy with my other job.
I haven't posted anything in forever. I should probably.
I kind of go in fits and starts. Like I'll find like I have like a whole bunch of stuff to post and then I won't post for like a week. And I should pace myself.
It's been even longer than that for me, I think.
Myself a little better.
Crazy. That's okay.
It's all right.
That's all right.
I've been kind of in a weird holding pattern with some of my projects where I was swatching and just kind of trying to sort them out and waiting to start, and had just Snug, which is I'm in like the stockinette black hole right now. So there's some of that going on where I'm just like, really, do they need to see another picture of Snug?
Well, you know.
I might post a picture. I have some really cute pictures of William from over the weekend outside on his hockey skates.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I'll have to post one of those. We got a really nice one, or my husband did, with the dog like right next to him.
Oh, that was cute. That was super cute.
I don't even know how did he manage to do that? That dog doesn't. Whatever. Anyway, kudos to him. I'll post it so you guys will be like, what is she talking about? Take a look at my Instagram feed. Anyway.
There you
go. So this actually is a knitting podcast.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Except for when Kelly and I sort of get off into the weeds talking about other stuff.
Yep.
Like right now. But we like to start our podcast with our picks of the week.
We do.
And so the way the picks work is we give you a coupon code, and thank you to the person who gave us the feedback about the Apple Pay.
We hadn't had anybody try to do that.
We hadn't. We have to sort out a coding issue on our website for you to be able to use the discount code with Apple Pay.
Oh.
And
you can right now with PayPal or credit card, so...
Yep. I am a lawyer by trade, and I was looking at the instructions. I sent them to Kelly, and I was like,
I haven't looked at them
I was
yet.
literally, I looked at the directions, and you have to get into the actual code of the website, and my head just went.
I could hand it over to my 8-year-old niece who's like,
probably,
already mastered one programming language.
She could probably figure it out in about 2.4 seconds.
Probably. My sister definitely could, though.
Okay.
We can list my sister because she's a software engineer and she's uber talented.
Okay, so we're working on it, but thank you for the feedback. I blew up our online system because then I tried it because I was like, well, I got to see what's going on, and so then I put in an order, and then I had to cancel the order, and then I think I deleted the order, and Kelly was probably like, what are you doing? Just stop.
It was my day off, so I wasn't looking at it.
She does not care.
I stepped away.
I'm sending texts to Kelly and Carol like, oh, sorry guys, just checking the Apple Pay thing. So thank you for letting us know that that's a problem. We are working on it, and there's supposedly a solution And we'll try to let you know when we've gotten that all squared away.
Yep.
But for right now, the coupon code won't work if you're using Apple Pay.
Yep. Just PayPal or paying with credit card through our system as is.
So do you want me to start with my pick of the
It's up to you. I don't care. I can go if you want, or if you've got it available, go for it.
Yep, it's right here. All right, guys. We're doing it. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. We
had to get them back in stock,
We
though.
had to get them back in stock. So newly back in stock are the Gleaner to Go, which is the travel-sized version. So this is
Flip it around so they can see the pretty logo. Not that way. There you go.
So that if I can actually get this open.
There you go.
All the little blades are stored inside,
Which is super handy.
So the On the Go Gleaner On the Go retails for $12.99.
I think so.
Yep, $12.99. We've got an assortment of colors. I don't even know what they just send us a hodgepodge. So
well, I reordered. I tried to reorder more than what we had before, but they are actually out of stock of a lot of them because they just had TNNA.
Oh, yeah.
So they sold a whole bunch there. So I got what I could, and they're actually not even back in the system yet, but they will be before this goes up. So
yeah, it won't take. I mean, because they're already in our system, it doesn't take that much to add them.
Yeah.
So we've got these little guys. And then we have the regular sized Gleaner, which sells for $19.99. So that's also included in the discount. And I don't even think we got to what is the discount? The discount's 10% off with the code that we give you. The code is good for 2 weeks from the date this airs.
Yep.
So it'll be 2 weeks from this Friday through the 16th of February. And I think looking at what you've got in your basket over there and not wanting to make people have to spell that.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're going to do weekly pick Fuzzy Q. And that will make sense in a second.
Fuzzy Q.
Fuzzy Q. Q, the letter Q.
Not like line Q, U.
It'll be down here.
Fuzzy Q. Just the letter.
Fuzzy Q. Weekly pick Fuzzy Q.
That's really funny. Okay. All right, so I guess that means I get to go now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Q comes in because I am going to show you a brand new yarn. Brand new.
Our
spring yarn.
Spring yarn has arrived.
So if you're not quite ready for spring, this may not be your jam yet. But if you're somewhere warm, Florida, Texas, California, Hawaii, Africa,
Vermont, wishing for warm weather,
Australia, somewhere other than where we are,
the Northeast,
then you might like this yarn. It is a cotton and I believe nylon. Let me look, and then I can tell you. Yes, cotton nylon. It's 91% cotton, 9% nylon yarn. And it is, I'm going to show this one because this one's really pretty. Barocco quinoa.
Quinoa. See, this is less about all of you and more about me. I didn't want to have to spell quinoa in the code and then
it's quinoa.
Spell it wrong.
So this is a really lovely kind of thick and thin, slubby, fun yarn, and I really, really like it.
I think it's awesome.
We've got 7 colors, I believe. Is what we've got for colors, and there's a few more that we didn't bring in, but you can choose from any of the 7 that we
Those
have.
Are great colors.
Really fun, nice.
So this one's sort of a silver white, and
I think it's called like salt and pepper or something.
And this one's more of like a brown kind of color.
Yeah.
Just looking on the screen, they look a little closer than they do in person.
Yeah.
So
this one's definitely more brown tone. The other one is gray, and
this is like a light silver gray.
that one is actually called lavender.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Does that look like lavender?
Somebody's interpretation of lavender.
Okay. All right. Colorblind person.
They're really pretty though.
They are pretty.
And they'll knit up. So we also have their book, which I don't have very many copies of the book in stock, but we can include that in the discount as well.
And
And
I think all these patterns are.
well, I was going to say, so if you don't, if there's only 1 or 2 of the patterns that you like, you can actually just go to Ravelry. Barocco is awesome about putting their patterns individually on Ravelry. So just to give you an idea of what the yarn looks like when it's knit up, it has that really pretty textural quality to it. And so since it's brand new, like it came in the door yesterday and I'm just putting it in the system today. We haven't had a chance to knit with it, so I really can't talk to you a lot about that part of it. I love this
the little cape thing.
Yeah, it's super cute. Very, very simple, but it's really letting the yarn kind of be, and this
That's
little
intriguing with
crossback tee.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute? The front is very kind of subdued and plain, and then the back is got that crossback.
Detail.
This is super cute
I like that
too.
sweater.
Just a nice little cardigan. I know I've said it before when we talked about the ultra wool last time, but I just really like Barocco and their yarns. So the quinoa retails for $8, so it's a really reasonably priced. Let me give you some more details about it because I didn't talk about all of that stuff. They are 50-gram skeins, so they're on the smaller side. They're 175 yards, and it's like a DK weight. You could knit it a little bit looser too, just because of the slubs that are in it. So you could knit it at closer to a worsted gauge if you wanted to, but it's kind of like a DK. So there it is. It's nice. I really loved it. When the sales rep came and showed it, I thought it was just beautiful.
Well, and the patterns that Barocco's been releasing,
they do such great pattern support.
Amazing.
Yeah, for all of their lines of yarn. Actually, that poncho there to the back.
It's actually a poncho.
Yeah, it is a poncho.
Watch to the end.
It's I was just trying it on and walking around with it on. And it's really loose fitting, and it's really cute. And that's in the ultra wool, which is still the coupon.
1 more week.
Yep, the coupon code is still good for that one. So so if you're interested in that, that is on Ravelry. It's called Camden Hills. Is that the right one? I think that's that one. For that poncho. So
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot of information. So. Fuzzy Q, weekly pick Fuzzy Q. And you get 10% off either the quinoa or the gleaners for the next 2
or
weeks.
if you put both in your cart,
you can have, yep.
Whatever works for you.
Yep.
There, float your boat. So did you get anything finished this week?
Nope.
No.
Nope, nothing.
If swatches count, I got a swatch done, and I didn't bring it with me. Because why would I do that? It was the swatch for Virgil, and I am again having similar gauge issues. So I think I did some math, and I think I know what size, because of the way it fits. I think I can just make a little bit smaller of a size, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm kind of waiting to see how because I was having the same kinds of gauge issues with this one. So if this one works out well or works okay, then that one should work okay too. I don't really want to go down a needle size because I kind of like the fabric that I was getting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So stay tuned because that's
So you were getting too few stitches per inch?
Yes.
Or too many stitches per inch?
Too few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too few.
So if you're getting too few, then you have to go down needle size.
Yep.
Which is funny for you because you're a tight knitter, but
it is, which makes me wonder what the fabric was supposed to look like. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no explanation. Well, this one is because I'm knitting
right.
Aran weight yarn for a pattern that's supposed to be bulky weight.
Yep.
So I was expecting it to be off. The other one, I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that
just the way it goes.
It is.
Did
I just fly right by that?
So I don't have any of the Virgil stuff with me because it's all just kind of hanging out at home.
Yeah.
It's going to be my Ravelenix cast on. We'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of in standby mode
Mm-hmm.
for right now till the 9th.
Nice.
So next week.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do for Ravelenix. I was thinking that I might do my Lopi along the same time as the Ravelenix
Mm-hmm.
and just get that sweater done. Because I'm going to do another Siglo, but I'm doing it for my husband. It's going to be in brown and blue.
Yep.
And I've got a swatch because I have 2 different blues and I want to do a swatch and have him tell me which one he likes better. Because one has more contrast than the other, but I like one of the other blue better that has less contrast.
Yep.
But since the triangles are all going to be out of the same color, it might be okay with a little bit less contrast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just knit up a swatch with the 2
Yep.
surrounded by the main color and go from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my Jody shawl today.
Yes, you are.
It's a nice DK weight shawl.
It's pretty.
Thank you. It's a fun knit. We are going to be getting some kits in for this sometime later in February
Oh, cool.
from Peggy Jane Fibers.
Oh, okay.
So so stay tuned and watch out for those. 'Cause,
Nice. She does some beautiful stuff.
She does. And, like Christy from Fiber Stash, I just kind of was like, you've seen the pattern, like, you
Have at it.
have at it.
Yeah.
So, and because apparently this gets a lot of mileage, you guys love to see my feet on the podcast. These are the socks I'm wearing today, which are Smooth Operator Socks by Susan B. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And the yarn is very colorful yarnings, what I refer to as the Muscle of Yarn colorway. It is not. It was dyed for, I think, India Untangled 2 or 3 years ago. It just happens to match our logo colors.
Nice.
So that's what I'm wearing.
Nice. I have no knitwear on. I had that on. Well, you'll see it at the end. But
It counts. Kind of counts. Kind of a little bit. And maybe. So you're making some progress on your
I am.
derecho.
Yeah, so I've been, this is pretty much mostly of what I've been knitting on. I'm just going to get by that because I had to do an increase. So I'm on my second to last increase, and I will show you, I've got my cute little cider donut progress marker on here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I was last week at this time, so I've knit from where my finger is
Nice.
all the way through there, so like maybe 5 inches or so.
Nice.
And good thing it's bright.
Oh, lights.
So I've gotten quite a bit done. I've got one more increase row to do after I've finished this one. I'm almost done. So I've got 13 rows of just plain stockinette and then another increase row. I'll hold it up so you guys can see. It's getting quite long. So then I have to knit, once I do that last increase row, I have to knit until it's 14.5 inches from the underarm to where my needles are. And then I separate the hem because it's got a split hem.
Nice.
So that's where it is. I don't think I'm going to have to do too many rows. I haven't measured it,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm going to have to do too many rows after my last increase row
Nice.
to get to that 14.5 because it's, that's eating up a lot of the,
Yeah.
the distance I have to go.
For sure.
So it's coming along really well. This is yarn. This is Barocco Remix Light, and it's really super soft to work with. And it's going to be great. If I needed it for today, it would like go with my outfit so much better than what I had. I could wear just a little short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve shirt, and
Yeah, it would look great.
it would be cute. So I'm hoping that I can get this done. It'd be nice if I could get it done for next week so you guys can see it. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. I don't know what my schedule has.
What the cards have in store.
Yeah.
It is Super Bowl Sunday this weekend, though, so
That
there's
is.
some football watching time,
Mm-hmm.
which may also translate into knitting time.
Right.
So
Yep. I bet if there's a lot of people who are watching who are going to be watching football
I
and
know.
knitting.
I remember once going to a Super Bowl party at some friend's house,
Mm-hmm.
and I took my knitting, and I was like the only person just sitting there knitting. People were like, "What are you doing?" It's like,
Well, you know,
knitting,
multitasking.
multitasking. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I was scaring the muggles, basically.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah, that's all right.
That is okay.
That was a while ago. I mean, most people who have spent any time around me now know, and it doesn't surprise them anymore. So, though I did go into a meeting the other day, and I had this bag with me, and I didn't pull my knitting out for quite a while, and one of the people was finally like, "I was wondering what you had in there." I was like, "Well, that's where I keep the dead bodies." No, I'm just kidding.
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
I'm like, really? Like, oh, okay. I guess it's just, for me, it's not weird at all to be carrying around some random bag.
Yeah, I almost always have knitting
Random
of
bag.
some sort. Well, that too. I'm a bit of a bag lady.
Me too. Okay, so
Wow,
this,
look at
I
you
know,
go.
I'm going. This is Snug, and I'm in the stockinette black hole. So again, another little top-down sweater. So here's my progress keeper. I changed it up. It was a hot chocolate, I think, last time, and
Yeah.
now it's wine. So maybe that will give you a sense of where my brain is. It's a little wine, glass of wine. So I've knit probably about the same, 5 inches or so. The pattern has you knit 18 inches from the underarm before you start the short row. I might shorten that up a bit.
Yeah, because that would be a long sweater.
Have, pretty short torso.
See, for me, I could probably do it because I have a really long torso.
Mhm. I mean, I like long sweaters, but I don't really need to wear a tunic.
I was gonna say you don't need it down to your knees.
No, I don't really need a tunic. So I think the last time I measured, I was at about 10 or 11 inches.
Mhm.
I may go 14, 15.
Yeah. Which is usually a kind of the average length sweater. They have you knit to that point before you do the ribbing or whatever they're going to have you do at the bottom. Like this one is having you do 14 and a half and then do the bottom shaping, which would be another couple of inches usually. So
So I've completed all of the A-line increases for this. So I am, we won't talk about what happened right there. I couldn't remember. Anyway, I was adding a new skein of yarn, and I guess I just forgot to change. Forgot to switch them out. Anyway, so it's just, I'm just knitting and around and around and around.
it looks really pretty knit up, that yarn.
Thank you. I'm really liking it.
Yeah,
It's
fun.
Fiber Optics. It's her Sport, Merino Sport
Yep.
Superwash. So I got it at Rhinebeck quite a few years ago. I've just been hanging out in my stash, and I finally found a pattern that I was interested in using it for.
Nice.
So it's been fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting slightly distracted with some other new projects that are coming down the pipeline. So
Oh, I know. It's not hard.
so this one might languish and might become a candidate for Stash Dash this summer at the rate I'm going.
I have been really good about focusing on, other than I did cast on the Nanilchik Swancho, which I didn't work on, so, and it's at home. I left it at home, but I hadn't worked on it since you guys saw it last, so it's nothing that exciting for you to see. So I didn't bring that. Other than that, I've been working just mostly on this. I'm working on another project that I alluded to last spring for an artist. He did a sculpture, and he needed some knit pieces, not for the large sculpture, but he had a number of smaller scale sculptures that he did and sent them around to a number of different museums and places to see if they wanted to do an installation of his large sculpture. And I did all of the knitting for the small ones.
Nice.
And I might end up with knitting in the Smithsonian.
That's
which is
super cool.
Super cool. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but they have told him that they're considering adding it to their collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
So, yeah, I could have some of my knitting in the Smithsonian, which would be wild.
It would be amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
Very cool. So, but I'll definitely let you guys know if that happens, because that's just kind of neat.
Super cool.
I know. I was like, what? Well, what?
Wait, where?
I know.
Oh.
I know. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So, yeah, I haven't shown that. I mean, I could show it, but it has political references, and we try to keep it fairly non-political. So,
Yeah.
at some point, if I get it into the Smithsonian, then I'll show
Follow
you.
her on Instagram. You'll see it there. Right?
Actually,
Maybe?
I haven't posted anything there, but
Well, if you get into the Smithsonian,
that
you will.
then I will. Yeah. Yeah. How could I not? Right.
Exactly. I got to go to hockey this last weekend, and so a sweater project is way too big to take to hockey. I try to be mindful. So I picked the hitchhiker up. This is where I
pretty.
was the last time. So I've added
Quite a few.
quite a few teeth.
6 or 8 or so.
Yeah. So just kind of coming along.
Nice.
This yarn is the KFI painted desert. Is that
Painted Desert is the fingering
is
weight.
the fingering weight. So it's a really kind of cool gradient yarn.
Yeah. That's very pretty.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. This is a fun pattern to knit, and apparently I stopped in the middle of the row. And it's just once you get the pattern sort of memorized, it's a pretty quick, start and stop. You can pick it up, put it down, which is kind of good for on-the-go knitting. And we are running a knit along right now for the hitchhiker. It started at the middle of January. It runs through the end of this month.
Yep.
So there's still time to partake in that.
There's
if you're
some
interested.
beautiful ones that people have been doing
They're
and posting.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yep. So come on over. There's been a lot of chatter in the chatter thread.
Yep.
Lots of pretty finished objects getting posted up, and we'll be pulling prizes for that at the end of after beginning of next month.
Right.
So.
Yep. And we have a couple other giveaways that we're running.
Yep.
We could actually pull those next week before you
That's what I was thinking.
go.
Yeah. That's what I was
Because
thinking.
Ange is going to be gone for a while.
And we're still trying to sort out. We might be able to drop a shorty episode
Mm-hmm.
the following week.
Yeah.
But then the week after that, we'll be taking just the week off because I will be away.
Yep. So we've got the 2,000 subscriber giveaway drawing.
Why don't we do this? Let's not do it next week. Let's do it the week after, and that can just be our shorty episode.
Okay.
Because we can hit that real quick on like Tuesday.
Mhm.
It'll have to be Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
We can hit that real quick, announce the prize winners, maybe give a
And
quick,
then just schedule that to go up.
yeah, or maybe do like a quick pick of the week for folks so
Okay.
they don't miss out on that. And
All right. So you'll have lots of time to get your entries in
mhm.
for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway and for the triangles
Mhm.
pattern.
Yep.
That was a Green Mountain Spinnery pattern that they so kindly have given us a copy of so that we could give away to one of our lucky viewers. So those are both Ravelry
Ravelry only giveaways.
giveaways.
Yep. We have
So
threads up over there.
yeah.
We gave all of the details on how to enter in episode 75.
75.
75.
The last one.
The
Yep.
last one. So take a look at that episode if you are interested in those giveaways and want to enter.
Mhm.
So.
And thanks to all of our new subscribers.
Yes, we love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So I have another, I'm just finishing up this row here.
Okay,
And
you
I've got
finish up.
another work in progress that I've been working on over here. So Barocco is running the Lopi along right now.
Yes, they are. Just started today.
Just started today. And I'm a dirty cheater. No, just kidding, I'm not really entering. I started this a couple days ago. So this is Sing Winter by Alicia Plummer. And I've been swatching for this because the pattern itself calls for the alpha slopey. And I didn't want that big a bulky sweater. One, we don't have the Alphos loaded. Not as though I probably could talk Kelly into ordering it for me.
I think we're going to bring the Alphos in for next fall winter season, because we've started to have more and more people interested in it, and we've had a lot of people who are doing the Lopi style sweaters. So
that's the Sing Winter sweater by Alicia Plummer, and
it's very pretty.
Thank you. I like it. And it's it's going pretty quick. So I'm using the Let Lopi to knit, but I'm using the same size needles that it calls for in the
so
pattern.
It'll be more like the stopover or Sigla, where it's a looser,
so it's a looser,
more open
gauge. It's not going to be as heavy, which is fine because that's what I wanted.
Better for indoor wear, not as much of an outer wear. Whereas if you knit it to gauge or you knit the Alphos to gauge, it would be a denser.
Yeah, it'd be more for an outerwear piece, like if you were going outside. So that's what I'm working on, and I had grand schemes to get this done before the Ravelonics start on the 9th, because I grossly overestimate the amount of free time that I have.
Yeah, it's a fast knit though. I mean, because you can, they are.
Yeah, but the 9th is like next Friday.
I know. That is the only thing. I know. Carol and I were talking about it, and I said something about it being February 1st, and she's like, no. And I said, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know where January disappeared to, but yeah.
I have no idea either. Should have seen me taking care of all this tax stuff yesterday. Anyway, passwords weren't working. There was some
That's not fun.
frantic calls to the accountant, and it's fine. It all worked out.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
Yeah.
So that's my so we'll see guys. We'll see how far I make it, because next week, whatever I have done by next week's podcast is probably all that's going to be done, because then Ravelonics start, and I will be focused off on my next project, which is Virgil. So,
ooh,
I am leaving a wake of unfinished sweaters in my.
So that's a good thing for me to get this done before Ravelonics starts, because if I don't decide to do the Lopi sweater for Ravelonics, there's another sweater I'm eyeing, and I will tell you guys about. So Humulus, I've been talking to you guys about Humulus for a while, that I was going to use the Quince & Co. Owl to do Humulus, and I've been swatching for it. I did a couple swatches, and if I still have to measure the one that I did on US 5s.
Did your kitty scrunch?
That my kitty wadded all up for me. Well, it was nice and wet, so now it's just a wadded up mess. So, but I really didn't enjoy knitting the owl on 5s. It kind of hurt my hands. I don't know if it's because of the texture of the yarn or what it is, but it bothered my hands. It felt more like my hands do when I work with cotton.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of, I don't know if it's just there wasn't a lot of elasticity working at that tight of a gauge, or just whatever. It wasn't as comfortable. So I think I'm still going to do the Humulus, but I think I'm going to use a different yarn. I'm either going to swatch like the wool stock, because I love the wool stock.
What yarn did they use in the pattern?
It was a European yarn. I can't remember. I don't have the pattern with me.
Okay.
It's not one that is readily available in the States, I think.
Okay.
I think it was maybe a Scandinavian yarn.
Okay. Wool stock would be nice.
So I'm thinking either wool stock or lark. I might get a skein of both, swatch them both, and see if either, because they're both 100% wool, they would work well for color work. Wool stock is more of a woolen spun. The lark is more of a worsted spun. So we'll see.
I will say I had started that one Cup Cozy on 4s. That's the one that I bagged because I was just not working.
Yeah.
Because it was just too tight of a gauge for that. wool stock.
I think that the pattern actually calls for 6, though.
Okay, so you might be okay.
I might be okay, and I've knit a number of things in wool stock on 7s. So, and that's was great. So I'm gonna try. Think I'm gonna try the wool stock and the lark both, and just knit up a swatch, because it's good to have swatches of them anyway, and I like having them for the store, so people can see what they're like knit. I enjoy swatching.
I do not, but I've been a reluctant participant the last month.
You know what? I finished the book I was reading, and I got quite some time ago. I got the book Slow Knitting by Hannah Thiessen.
Okay.
And I hadn't read it yet, and it's got patterns in it, but it has a lot of information about just kind of really enjoying the process of knitting, from everything from, really thinking about the yarn you're using and the swatching process and everything, the whole thing. And just kind of spending time with it, and kind of not being afraid to invest in yarn that's, either ethically sourced, or most of the yarn companies that she profiles in it are ones that put a lot of thought into how and where their yarn comes from. So it was interesting, and actually Green Mountain Spinnery is the very first company that's in there, which was really fun to read. And so I read that section, and I read another part of it too, but so it was really kind of interesting, and she was talking about swatching and how she used to really not like the swatching process and wanted to get right to the the project itself. But it was kind of another interesting way. So if for somebody who is having a hard time struggling, especially in the kind of the beginning, it might be kind of a neat book for you to read. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Obviously, I'm not that far into it, but there are some cool patterns in there, and I'm really looking forward to.
Message received, Kelly. I'll check it out. I'm going on vacation. I need
there you go. But I'm really looking forward to kind of reading the different profiles of some of the yarn companies, because some of them are ones that we don't carry, but it would be interesting to look at. So I have all this owl sitting around. What am I going to knit? What could you
possibly use that for?
What? So today is the official launch date of this book that I'm going to show you, and you probably, if you're on Instagram at all, I'm sure that you've seen it flying around Instagram.
Even before now, Quince has really been pushing this book.
So this is the new book by Pam Allen. It's plain and simple, and it's 11 knits to wear every day, and they're spectacular.
They are, yeah.
I want to knit probably at least half of the things that are in this book.
Yep.
Literally. And there are 11 knits in here.
Yep.
So it's definitely, for me, going to be well worth the money, just to invest in the book.
And is this one, are we able to sell this on our website?
I am pretty sure we can.
Okay.
It's just the yarn that we can't.
Okay.
So the books that Quince & Co. puts out, the books and patterns, we can sell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just their yarns, because they sell it direct to the public from their store online.
Well, I guess that's game's done.
So they don't want to compete against the stores online, and which it's fine. It makes sense.
Those are the rules.
Yeah, that's how they chose to do it. So you can come in store and you buy the yarn through us that way.
We can also, oddly enough, take phone orders. We just can't sell it on the website.
Yep, we could do that. So anyway, the sweater that I think that I'm going to use. So all the patterns in here use Owl, which is their alpaca and wool blend worsted weight yarn. And there's just some gorgeous, gorgeous patterns in here. So the pattern that I'm going to knit is called Willow, and it's just a stunning sweater. I just fell in love with it. As soon as I saw it, I just knew that was the one that I wanted to knit. First, anyway, first out of all the ones. Aspen's really pretty too. So, so today the book is available. We are able to sell it starting today, and as our other stores. And I think they're gonna do. I haven't looked to see if it's available on Ravelry, but I think that it is. So
I think they are, because I think I've seen some of the patterns out on Ravelry.
Yep. There's mostly sweater patterns, but there is a hat in here.
That's super cool.
That little hat, that's really cute. And then there is this little.
Kind of like a snood almost.
Yeah, it's like a snood. You could pull it down and wear it more like a cowl, but it's really cute. So those are the 2 accessories that are in here. Everything else is a sweater, and they're just really, really lovely. I really like that one too. Very simple little cardigan, and they really are for everyday knits. I thought this was really cute too. It's very oversized, but I thought it was kind of fun. So that one's called Larch. And then I showed you guys Aspen, but there's just really, really lovely patterns. So check them out on Ravelry, and if you want the actual book, you can get the book through us. It's not in the system yet, but it will be by the time this episode goes up. Most of the patterns are made to fit fairly loose with a lot of positive ease. Don't mind Anne, she's just spit splicing.
Don't mind me, I'm just spit slicing my Lopi over here.
So I have plenty of yarn that I was going to use for for the Humulus to knit this sweater. So
one of the advantages of 100% wool, feltable wool, is that you can spit splice.
Yep.
Which is just a method of joining your 2 ends of yarn together and basically felting them onto themselves. Some people use water, though most of the stuff I've read is there's actually something in your saliva that helps
an
it
enzyme
felt better. So you literally just wet both ends. This is not applied yarn. If it was applied yarn, you would sort of roll down the plies and like wrap them back onto themselves, and then you just use some heat and felt them together. And so, one, it reduces the number of ends, you can't even see where that is, ends that you need to weave in, and just makes
a nice clean join. Yeah,
clean
it is
join.
really nice. So this book retails for $24, just so you guys know.
Yep.
And one of them is coming home with me, so.
I'm resisting the urge to have one come home with me as well.
Yeah. So that might be by Ravelynix too.
Nice. Decisions.
Although I really do want to get the sweater done for my husband.
Well, you can give us all an update next week.
Yeah.
Because by then you'll have to have made your decision.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I can definitely get his done during the time that Ravelynix is. That sweater, I don't know, depending on my time. Because I know my Sigla I did in 2 weeks, so.
Yeah. Decisions.
Yeah.
So I also am apparently at the same time I'm knitting Virgil. I'm going to do the On the Spice Market.
Are you? See,
I don't know.
I'm not in a shawl place right now.
I might not be either. Though I did promise you all that I would bring you in my yarn because I am not using the Fiber Stash yarn. I did link in show notes to the page so you can still get some of this yarn. It's Gail's Art, and it's her MYS 622 yarn, and it's named that because it's 60% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 20% silk. So this is going to be my main color. Super squishy.
Glorious.
It's called Silver. And she's got a bunch of different solid colors of this up on the Etsy shop. And if I linked it correctly, the link should take you right to just the MYS 622 collection.
Nice.
So hopefully that actually works. If not, it will take you to somewhere in Gail's Art's Etsy shop, and then you can just search for the MYS 622. So that's my main color. And then she did these fabulous gradient kits, which is also in the MYS.
That's pretty.
So a lot of those they look similar on the screen.
In person, though, they're so different.
They're not. which tells me that maybe on the playback screen it won't be as close together. But these are my contrast colors. So this particular one is called Wild Berries. She does have 2 or 3 other of the kits up because I just was out there today, taking a look at it just to make sure.
How many landed in your cart?
None, actually. I'm trying to be really good.
Good for you.
Going on vacation. So she's got like a more like earthy tones, like a red to like yellowy kind of one that's really cool. That one is up there.
I think I almost got the red to yellow one when I was at Rhinebeck because it was calling my name.
Yep.
I didn't.
So that's there for me. I don't know. I think I grossly overestimate how much time I'm gonna have to knit on stuff.
I know. Well, it was so funny because like you're like, let's do this knit along and this knit along and this knit along, and I was like, wow, a lot of those are gonna be overlapping. How are we gonna manage all of this?
Oh, I don't know. So the On the Spice Market,
we just don't complete them, you know.
The On the Spice Market was scheduled to start February 15th, but I have no objection if people start on the 9th because they want to use it as a Ravelonics project. So that I have absolutely no problems with that.
Okay.
So if you want to start a few days before, totally fine.
Nice.
And that particular knit along runs through the middle of April 16th. So you got a couple of months. We did get a question about whether people were going to use this needle that the pattern called for. So the pattern calls for a US 2.5. I would say definitely check your gauge.
Just so you don't run out of yarn.
Just so you don't run out of yarn. I'm a really tight knitter, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm probably going to go up to a 4 because that's normally about what I would knit a fingering weight shawl on. And just looking at the pictures, the fabric looks like it's not a super tight fabric, so she might be a loose knitter. She may knit continental, which gives you a little bit looser of a gauge. So just, check it. You don't want to run out of yarn. But to me, the 2.5 seemed like it was a really small needle for a shawl.
To move my donut.
Oh, okay.
You can still talk to me.
Okay.
Though. That wasn't meaning that you couldn't.
That I had to stop talking. So that's my sort of public service announcement. I'm going up to a 4. So when that fails spectacularly, you'll get to all see it here.
So an Anne,
because I'm not going to swatch. So when I run out of yarn, in one of the colors, at the very end, you will see it here. So your mileage may vary.
Okay.
Yep. We had a super awesome YouTube live event on Sunday.
That was fun.
So thank you for everyone who showed up and commented and participated. It was really good. I've linked it in show notes, so if you missed it and want to go back and have a watch, you can. Kelly's new cat makes an appearance.
A lot
of appearances.
She was chewing on yarn.
Yep, she's a yarn eater. Yep. So
Oh, let me talk about this new pattern.
Okay.
My printer kind of threw up, so it just got little specklies all over it.
I hate it when that happens.
It's just trying to be speckly like the fancy yarns are. So this is a pattern that I've mentioned a couple times, but I just, for whatever reason, keep forgetting to bring patterns so I can show you guys. This is the Keeping You in Stitches shawl by Katrina Workman Designs, and it is so pretty. It's a lace shawl pattern. And once I get my shawl knitting mojo back, I'm going to definitely cast this on. And she used 4 different colors of yarn to work through the different, you can see there's different lace panels in here, and it's so pretty. And she so kindly gifted this to us. And I can't wait to. She used Knit Picks palette, and she lists the colors that she used. And she says you can do the shawl in one color using a total of 700 yards. So this is a pattern that is available on Ravelry, so I'll put it in the show notes so that you guys can find it. It's a really, really pretty pattern. She actually won one of our giveaways. I think it was 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. So she's a follower of the podcast, and she has her own podcast too, I think. I haven't had a chance to check it out. My time is so limited that I get to watch maybe 1 or 2 podcasts a week, and that's about it. But
and in my house, I'm watching like Dino Trucks, guys. So, or Sesame Street,
yay.
Or the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you listen to them in your car, don't you, when you have to drive?
Yeah, though the video podcasts are hard because they don't describe anything. And
well, and that's the thing, like, if you're sitting in front of a camera, you don't really have to, because you can be like, oh, look, see? And then you don't have to talk about it. But the ones that are audio only are good because they know that they have to describe what they're talking about, because, you know, they can't be like, look.
Exactly. So, I mean, I will listen to, like, the Knitmore Girls, Strung Along. That's actually, it's a new podcast by Emily Straw.
Okay.
That's really cool.
I like Down Cellar Studio.
Down Cellar Studio is good.
Boston Jen, she's great.
And there's a new podcast launching. Actually, let me pull it up so I can give you the right name. The woman who used to do... They're doing a new making podcast.
It is, yes. It used to be...
The Woolful podcast.
Woolful, yep. And it is now, they kind of joined forces with it, so.
So I haven't had a chance to listen to that one yet, but it looks fantastic. I mean, the Woolful podcast
Woolful is great. She did some really cool interviews with a lot of people. I really enjoy the Woolful podcast too.
Yeah.
These are all audio podcasts.
Yeah.
Knitting Pipeline.
Yep. She's
audio podcast. There's a lot of good ones out there that haven't gone to video. Some of them, started as audio and then went to video, but there's a lot of them that have stayed just audio. Which is kind of cool, because I do, if I'm at a place where I can't just sit and watch something, it's really nice having something, just to listen to. And sometimes I don't want to be visually stimulated because I'm doing something else or whatever. I just want,
Well, and for me, it's nice, like, if I'm in my car driving somewhere, I can put one of those on and stay a little bit caught up, or at least see what's going on out there in the knitting podcast world.
Yep. So anyway, that was a roundabout way.
Totally derailed.
Check out Katrina's pattern if you're interested. It is on Ravelry, and also be sure to check out her podcast. And I'll try to make sure to link both of those in show notes for you guys, because that pattern is really, really lovely. And if you like doing lace knitting, I think that would be a fun. Yeah. It's almost kind of like a sampler, because she's got some different lace in each section, which is really fun.
Nice. And that breaks it up too.
And I just got these really cool. They're on order. We haven't got them yet because they're new for spring. The Rustic Lace by Ella Rae. They did. They're now doing. The cakes are really popular where they have the gradients. So they have 4 different colors of the rustic lace within this cake, and it's like almost 1,300 yards of yarn. And they were like, I think they're going to retail for between $35 and $40.
That's not bad.
So that's a ton of yardage for a great price. So I've got those coming in, and they're so pretty. The colors are really lovely.
That might be something that would work well.
And that's what I was thinking. I don't know if the colors would work right at each of the right sections, though. That's the only thing. But even if not, it made me think of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thanks, Katrina, for the pattern.
Yes.
Can't wait to get to that. So.
Absolutely. And thank you to everybody who's purchased one of our enamel pins. That's been the hot item this week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I showed it in the beginning, but there's our enamel pin. I have a very, very little collection I've got ours on here, and then of course Legacy Fiber ours on there too. And I've got to get a bag that's a little bit plainer so that I can really put my pins on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have these. We don't have Legacy ones available on our website, but we do have our Must Love yarn pins available on our website. So you can just search enamel pin or something like that, and they'll come right up. And we've been sending a lot of those out. So thank you guys for supporting us and adding to your enamel pin collections.
Absolutely.
They're a lot of fun. There's some fun ones. And we might end up designing another one that doesn't have our logo on it, that's something cutesy. Because I've had some ideas spinning around in my head.
Sweet.
So,
and now that we have an awesome local maker that can do them for us.
Which is awesome. That's where we had ours done.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe those pins will make an appearance in one of the upcoming boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So next box that's coming out is March 15th. It's the Sugar and Time box.
Sugar and Time.
The yarn just showed up. I
think the bags are going to be here any day now.
Yep. So super excited about that.
Yep.
That's probably something I should also attend to, is perhaps making something with the yarn so people can see it knit up.
We have the Katrinkles tool is already here for that box.
Yep.
I'm going to be making all of the stitch markers and progress keepers that are going
we
into
have
it this
some
time.
Little tool boxes from 7th Floor Yarns.
They're cool.
That are super cool for holding stitch markers. And
this box is going to be really
gonna be amazing.
Fun.
There's going to be some Lake Champlain chocolates in there.
Chocolate.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun box.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. March 15th is when that one drops, and we'll start.
I think it's a Thursday.
It is a Thursday
this time.
Yep. So we'll start posting some stuff about it as we get a little bit closer. Probably when I get back from vacation.
Yep. We'll take some pictures and get it all.
The description
planned out. So we can start building some excitement. So if you guys are interested, we'll have the link so you can bookmark it. So on the 15th.
Ready to go.
Yep. And last time they didn't sell out like immediately. It was like a day.
Yeah.
So, if you can't be right at your computer at noon, chances are really good that if, you want it and you get on in the evening, they're still going to be available.
I loved all the people because I posted on Instagram. Still a couple boxes left, and some people got some that didn't
think they didn't even look because they're like, oh, they're going to be all gone. Yeah. But they weren't. So
we'll keep you apprised of
that's right.
Whether we still have some in stock or not.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
Lost our lights again. That's okay.
So I think, do we make it all the way through our show notes?
Oh, we're pretty much, I think so. We talked about our knit-alongs. We kind of talked piecemeal. Yep. We weren't really, we got everything in. We just didn't do it
Not in the normal order.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys know that's
normal.
Normal, whatever's normal for Kelly and I.
Normal is how it's listed on our show notes.
Loosey-goosey, as long as we hit everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So I think I don't really have a ton of other stuff just because this has been kind of my one project that I've been really working on.
Nice.
But since last week. I've got to put some rows on my swan show because it's really pretty. Oh, and I did call Kelsey at Primrose Yarn because she's got some new yarn bases.
Yeah.
And some tons of new colorways. So I'm gonna put together an order for more Primrose because in case you guys missed it, the Nilchik Swancho that I'm doing is mostly of her Primrose Jasper, which is a DK weight, and that's what made me think of Primrose. So we're gonna get some more of her yarns in because they're really beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
And they've been selling really well. We're down on a lot of the ones we already brought in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we're, eyeballing a couple of other yarns that, Jen brought back from Vogue Knitting Live.
Vogue Knitting Live, yeah. So, she made some connections with some different dyers there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So stay tuned. There's lots of new fun stuff going on in the store right now.
And all of our spring yarns are coming in from kind of like the bigger name companies that have seasons,
Right.
more or less. So,
Right.
our Baroccos and our Plymouths and our
Yep.
all
KSIs.
those. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Excellent.
I know.
So I think that about does
Yep.
us
Yep.
for this week.
I think so. Oh, and I should say, so because we do have a lot of new yarns coming in on our homepage,
Mm-hmm.
if you just type in mustloveyarn.com and you come up on the homepage, there's a space at the bottom where I try to put a lot of our new yarns that have come
cool.
in, because we just got 100% cashmere. It's a DK weight,
Oh.
and it's beautiful. It's Cardiff cashmere, and it's lovely. It's from Italian mill. And I've got quite a few really pretty colors. I think there's 7 colors in that. I
Nice.
think we have 8 total, but one of them wasn't in stock. So I've got 7 colors of a gorgeous DK weight cashmere. It'd be beautiful for like fingerless mitts or hat or cowl. I want to do like a multicolor cowl in that.
That'd be
Can you
cool.
imagine just having that
Beautiful.
to snug up around your neck? Oh.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So check that out, because I will tag all that stuff as new, and then it'll show up there.
Nice.
So if you want to see all the latest, greatest stuff.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's all I've got. I'll stop talking now. See, we can still stretch
So
it
we're
out.
we're not as giggly today, but that's all right. We're, you know.
Yeah, sometimes we just have quieter days.
I know.
But the sun went away too.
It did.
Mm. It's still bright, but the days are getting longer.
They are. I love it.
I love it when the
love
day's
it.
getting, when I'm really been noticing it over the last week or so, because, where the
Yeah.
store is open until at least 6 most nights, so
Yep.
I've looked out at like 5 o'clock and like, wait, it's still
light
light
out there.
out.
I know.
That's great.
It's not pitch black when I'm getting home with kids.
Mhm.
Which is nice.
Yep.
So super exciting.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We're
Thanks
gonna
so much for
sign off.
tuning in,
Yeah.
and if you like what you saw, please feel free to give us a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already done that.
Yep.
It makes it so that we show up in more people's feeds so that they can check us out too.
Yep.
And it lets us know that you're enjoying what we
That's right.
do, and we'll keep on doing it if people keep on enjoying it. So
Absolutely. Or maybe even if you're not, we just
I know, because when we were starting, we're like,
nobody's
gonna
watching.
watch. But we do have fun doing it,
We
so
It's one time of the week I get to sit in it with Kelly.
I know, right? For at least an hour or so, we get to
Exactly.
have a little bit of time to catch up.
Exactly.
So, which is actually kind of fun because we don't see each other. Like, what we talk about is what we would talk about if we
If we were
were
just hanging
if
out.
we weren't doing this. So, it keeps it kind of fresh
Absolutely.
for everybody who gets to sit here and watch our shenanigans.
I know.
So,
Awesome.
yep. So thank you guys so much,
Yes,
and
thank you.
we will catch up with you next
See
week.
you next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
The doohickey.
Do the doohickey since everybody seems to like all the extra stuff at the end.
That I do. All that stuff.
They're the French stuff.
Look, I've got a wee little collection of pins. I have to get a plain bag to put them on, though. Everybody's doing like the fringe supply,
I know.
the field bags.
I have mine. Let me get up. I'll go get mine. I think I'm too hard on this bag, and I think that I probably need to pick something else because I'm just, not too far away from having one of these get popped off. That one's from Andres Knits,
Mm-hmm.
and that one's ours, and that one's
Legacy.
Legacy Fiber Art.
Yep.
They're so cute. But I agree. I think probably my day-to-day like purse bag is not the best place for those.
Yeah, because it
It gets abused.
slung around.
Yeah,
a lot.
A lot of abuse. The earthquake. Make sure Kelly's on the screen.
Nobody needs to see me.
Nobody needs to see that. Nope. I'm so tired and I can't tell if coffee is gonna help revive or if it's gonna make it worse, because sometimes it makes it worse.
Oh, I thought about coffee, but me and coffee don't get along. I love the smell of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It doesn't play so well with me.
Mm.
Alright, I need this. Oh, I think I gotta go get a pen too.
Oh, I probably have one in my bag.
I might have one way down in here. Nope. No pen in there. I completely forgot to bring my Nanilchik Swancho. It's at home, sitting downstairs where we podcasted.
Have you been working on it?
Nope. So it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't really matter. I almost wore this for the podcast today, this new poncho thing.
It's cool.
This is kind of cool. It looks so much better on. It's not as good on the mannequin.
Because you can't, the sleeves, it needs a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you can actually see, like, wow. Of course, we don't have this color in the ultra wool either, so I'm gonna have to order it.
Hey Kelly,
Yeah.
that's from Bod Yarn.
Yeah.
Is it okay to send
The order?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
She said it goes through.
It's, I mean, meant to
Oh,
be
cool.
kind of like,
Lucy, I like that.
yeah, like on it's so much better. Like this with like some leggings would be really
It
cute.
is super cute.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
yeah. That's very roomy, but
Yeah.
just something to throw over so that you've kind of got a
Warm.
little bit of warmth, but
Mhm.
yeah. All right, I'll come in. There's some cute detail at the bottom.
I like that a lot. Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cute.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah. I might have to make one of those. Work it.
I know, right? Yeah, it's definitely cuter, like, on somebody with arms.
Yeah, it needs some arms.
What? Yeah. Hold on. I can put it right back on. It's easy. Everybody's gonna love this because, you know, we're recording, so.
Yeah.
You're recording right now?
Yeah.
Not like the official.
It's the intake outtakes.
The intake outtake section of our podcast, which has become its own little section.
Yeah, it has its own
much cuter on than
following.
this little model-y thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it's the upside down version of that.
Of that other one?
Yeah.
It needs
A little static.
Just a little.
it needs something with arms.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to put it on Lucy
Lurking Lucy.
because Lucy's got arms.
Sorry. I'll wait for Carrie.
That was Carol, everybody. If you're still watching.
They
Which
are.
most people say they do. So.
They probably are.
Yep. Alright, I gotta go smooth out the hair because it's going all everywhere now. I
Like-
love wool.
But
Want to get some water? Sorry.
Water. Water.
Water and a quick, you know what?
it's just
Oh, she's going.
mine too. I have not been.
I was supposed to go.
I need to go before we go on vacation.
I don't really care though. What is? I see. Yours is kind of pretty though, the way it's coming in. Okay. That's kind of how Carol's is. Carol's got it on the sides a little bit. She's gonna let hers do its thing. Try it. She's gonna try it anyway.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, well, I know. I was feeling that way, and then I keep going back and forth. Like I can't decide.
I need to go in and get a haircut anyway, so it's just as easy to just have it taken care of.
Yeah.
So I've started on the Lopi.
I was gonna do my swatch.
I I did start a couple days early, though I'm really embarrassed to say this is like, I started this like on Tuesday. This is the story of my life and how much time I've not had lately that I've made it this far.
Yeah. I haven't done any knitting. Well, no, that's not true. I did a little bit. I'm working on those hats, the cat hats.
Yeah. I do, my husband's coaching basketball, and so I do a lot of solo parenting during the week.
Didn't I just get a pen?
I thought you did. And so
I had one.
I don't have a lot of free time after I go home from work. So unless I'm on like a conference call,
Yeah.
or lots of conference calls, telephone time, like I just don't.
Oh, there it is. It's on the back.
I'll take it. I need it. I need it over here. For keeping track of my hip shaping rounds.
I could have done some knitting last night. I was watching X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
Because X-Files are back.
How is the new one?
It's okay.
Because I like the original.
Yeah, I mean it has that same vibe to it.
Mm.
So it they kind
Cool.
of picked up where they were.
Cool.
So yeah,
Cute little
we'll see
beans.
how it goes, but I got a lot of knitting in on this. Look at that. Since last podcast.
Nice.
That's a lot of knitting.
Nice.
Well, not a lot for some people, but it's a lot for me. It's a lot for what I can handle at the moment. I've got one more knit round, and then I've got an increase, and then I've got 13 more knit rounds, and then another increase.
That's kind of where I'm right now with this one. Like,
So this is actually ideal for like podcast knitting because I don't really have to think about it. I can just go.
and I can kind of. This yarn's big enough. I should be able to see my decrease rounds to not
Yeah.
really have to be able to count.
You can
have
just
to count.
Keep an eye on it and then count.
And sometimes, like if it's close enough,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Yep.
So.
I think you made me too much on screen now.
Oh, Kelly. There.
Okay.
How's that?
Better.
Okay. So we should probably get started.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. I feel like the Grinch, right? Doesn't the Grinch have that like smile
He gets that little twinkle in his eye.
Yeah. right before he does something nasty?
Naughty.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
Now people can always tell there's a tell. We've got a tell
Uh-huh.
for the beginning
We
of our
do.
podcast.